5 embarrassing scenes Zendaya had to film. Hello and welcome back to Celebrity Binge. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Zendaya is one of the few artists that we can just vibe with, especially during all the embarrassing and awkward moments she stumbled through. She just seems to attract the awkward at times, and we can't help but to enjoy it. So let's all cringe together through this. At least now we can share in her awkwardness. Number 1. What's that rattle? You ever hear a certain noise and think it's one thing but it ends up being something entirely bizarre? It looks like Zendaya certainly has, and this one involves skin-tight suits and a whole lot of gas. The scene in question involves Spider-Man dropping MJ off on a bridge structure and taking a call from Ned. The gas in question comes from a skin-tight suit pressing on Tom Holland's intestines. Zendaya was not really fazed at first, given Holland was quick to say that the little rattle was just a harness vibrating. She was able to buy this excuse for a little while until Tom Holland finally fessed up to his crime. Number 2. An awkward save. There is nothing wrong with Zendaya and Holland's height difference, but something it can get a little embarrassing for her during stunt sequences. This one really coincides with our previous entry here, which really just mashes a whole lot of embarrassing stories into one. Now Zendaya is a few inches taller than her on and off-screen lover Tom, which created quite the conundrum for them when landing on the ground. We were initially thinking, what's so hard about landing in harnesses? Well, when you are taller than someone and that certain someone is supposed to land their feet on the ground before you, it's going to make you feel pretty silly. Number 3. Wisdom teeth intimacy. We all know the embarrassment that can follow a wisdom tooth removal, but how about kissing someone during a super important audition? Poor Zendaya had to get hers removed shortly before auditioning with Timothée Chalamet for Dune, and being that you can do a whole lot of cleaning after such a procedure, she was embarrassed to even open her mouth. To put it lightly, Zendaya recounts her encounter saying, "My biggest fear was that my mouth would be foul and then I would have to do a scene with Timothy where we would have to be really close and he would smell my possible dry socket breath." Number 4. Silly swinging. Zendaya seems to be really relish in her most embarrassing moments, and for that, we certainly applaud her for it. She shared a hilarious image of her dangling in the air with Peter Parker, and she did not look so enthused to be up there. And the embarrassing part, in New York, you can't lock off the street, so there's just people like hanging out. So she had all eyes on her, and since she can laugh at it, so can we. Number 5. Fun upside down. There was a lot for Zendaya to do in The Greatest Showman, and most of it was done upside down. Being that this was her first time tackling the whole trapeze art form, we'd think she'd be more concerned about not breaking any bones, but no, Cinderella harped on being more embarrassed about the way she looked hanging upside down. Number 6. Flatulent scapegoat. She just had quite the ride on The Greatest Showman with trouble on the trapeze and now being blamed for gas by Wolverine himself. Poor Cinder was already nervous as she was acting in front of Hugh Jackman, but when someone just let one rip while she was up in the air, everyone took notice. Number 7. Too many pigeons. There are way too many pigeons invading Zendaya's personal bubble here, and no, does she look extremely uncomfortable here. It looks like she was counting on her luck not to get her eyes pecked out. Number 8. Strong values. Zendaya has always watched out for her own personal beliefs on and off the camera. Even when she was first starting out on Disney Channel's Shake It Up, she put her foot down on showmakers' requests. Although the scenes in question were never officially named, Zendaya stated that she would never share her first kiss on screen. She remained adamant through the entire show, explaining, "I'm not gonna do this. I'm going to kiss him on the cheek because I haven't been kissed yet, so I don't want the kiss to be on the camera." She is and was one of the strongest young actors of her time. Number 9. Chaotic day back. With an already busy schedule, Zendaya never really got a break. The day after returning from the Venice Film Festival, she was slated to shoot the intervention scene in Season 2, Episode 5 of Euphoria, and everyone who watched this tough scene could feel all the chaotic energy she had put into the moment. We can imagine how uncomfortable it must have been to film a scene like that, berating some of your closest off and on-screen friends, but she got through it and she stated it wasn't all that simple, saying, "It was so intense and scary to tackle and absolutely something that would be incredibly emotionally taxing." Number 10. Heated traffic dodge. Wouldn't it just be a little awkward passing out in the middle of a scene? Well, Zendaya almost did. Most of Euphoria Season 2 made even some of the strongest actors uncomfortable, and unfortunately for Zendaya, she had a lot of them. This one in particular involves her dodging cars in the California heat, which just makes for a double trouble of a time. The heat just made her feel more disoriented, and after coming back from a desert shoot for Dune, she was pretty much over it. Show creators would definitely keep safety at its forefront, but Zendaya still feels that something catastrophic could have happened here. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing videos from us.